Have you ever noticed how the most intelligent people, the ones who seem calm under pressure, respected by many, and unshaken by life's storms, never waste their words? In fact, if you pay close attention, it's often not what they say, but what they refuse to say that reveals their wisdom. The Stoics, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, taught that the tongue is both a tool and a trap. Words can elevate you, inspire nations, and build trust, but they can also betray ignorance, fuel anger, or expose weakness. Modern psychology agrees. Studies show that impulsive words, spoken without thought, can damage relationships, ruin careers, and even rewire our brains toward negativity. Meanwhile, the disciplined control of speech is linked to stronger leadership, resilience, and inner peace. So today we're diving into 5 things smart people never say, guided by Stoic philosophy. Because if you can master what not to say, you'll gain a kind of invisible power, one that shapes how others see you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. Let's begin. It's not my fault. The Stoics despised excuses. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." When you say, "It's not my fault," you're handing away responsibility, and with it, your power. Smart people know that even if circumstances aren't their fault, their response always is. In the modern world, blaming others might feel easier, whether it's traffic, your boss, or bad luck. But excuses weaken you. They shift your mindset from agency to victimhood. Instead, the Stoic response is, "This happened. Now what can I control? What action can I take?" Smart people transform blame into ownership, and ownership into growth. 2. I already know that. Epictetus once warned, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Saying, "I already know that," shuts the door to learning. It signals arrogance and stops you from seeing deeper layers of truth. Smart people stay humble, even when familiar ideas resurface. They know that wisdom isn't about gathering facts. It's about returning to the same truths with a deeper understanding each time. Think about it. The Stoics revisited the same principles daily. Marcus Aurelius repeated to himself lessons he had already written dozens of times. Why? Because mastery comes from reflection, not dismissal. So instead of saying, "I already know that," smart people ask, "How can I see this differently? What can I learn here again?" 3. That's just how I am. The Stoics believed in progress, not excuses. When someone says, "That's just how I am," they're building a prison out of their own identity. They're claiming their flaws are permanent, that growth is impossible. Seneca argued, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Life is meant for transformation. Smart people never trap themselves in rigid self-labels. Instead of saying, "That's just me," they say, "This is who I am today, but I am capable of change." And this is crucial. Stoicism reminds us that character is built, not inherited. Every decision, every habit, reshapes who you are becoming. So the phrase, "That's just how I am," it dies on the lips of the wise. 4. This isn't fair. If there's one thing the Stoics understood, it's that life doesn't play fair. Marcus Aurelius endured plagues, betrayal, and endless wars, yet he didn't cry out for fairness. Epictetus, born a slave, said plainly, "Do not hope that events will happen as you wish. Accept events as they happen, and you will have peace." When you say, "This isn't fair," you're comparing reality to fantasy. You're resisting what is. And resistance breeds suffering. Smart people don't waste energy on the illusion of fairness. Instead, they practice amor fati, love of fate. They see challenges as training, setbacks as teachers. So instead of, "This isn't fair," they ask, "How can I use this? What strength can I gain here?" 5. I can't. The 2 most dangerous words are, "I can't." For the Stoics, these words were lies the mind tells to avoid effort. Epictetus insisted, "You may fetter my leg, but my will not even Zeus himself can overpower." Saying, "I can't," limits you before reality even tests you. Smart people know that the body often follows the command of the mind. Instead of surrendering, they reframe the challenge. Not "I can't," but "How can I?" Not "This is impossible," but "What's the first step I can take?" The Stoics understood. Human potential expands when you test it, not when you excuse it. So there you have it, 5 things smart people never say. "It's not my fault, I already know that, that's just how I am, this isn't fair, I can't." Each phrase may seem small, but words are seeds. They shape how you see yourself and how the world sees you. The Stoics taught that mastering your speech is mastering your mind. If you remove these phrases from your vocabulary, you'll notice something profound. Your resilience grows, your perspective sharpens, and your presence commands respect. Remember, wisdom isn't just about what you say, it's about what you don't say.